So, the urban extreme is a multitude of lefts and rights. It's a very small closed course, and it's the foundation and skills that you really, in my opinion, you need for the road, generally through the traffic, through the city environment. When we all learn to ride bikes and we pass out tests, nobody seems to address the slow riding. I mean, I'm talking about slow riding with some aggression. So when we're riding through the traffic, you know, it's like you have to ride slightly aggressive. You have to anticipate the car door opening, the person walking across the road, the car pulling out of the junction. You've got to ride, you've got to see, anticipate, react, get yourself through, muscle the bike through into a different position and go. Okay, it's no good you sat on there like a rag doll and you're just hoping and praying that something will be okay. With most of the bikes that I see here, you know, there's a lot of power. None of us are really big guys, so jumping onto a bike with a lot of power, it's like an animal, you know, and you've got to make it an extension of yourself. You've got to be in ultimate control of it. You've got to master that bike. Okay, once again, you sit on it, you turn and hope, it's no good. You've got to be on it, it's an extension of yourself. From the moment that you pull away, it will do exactly what you want when you want it to do. Hopefully. Well, there's not really, because there is an element of human error, of course, but when I get onto that bike, I want it to do precisely what. If there's any element of maybe it could do this and do that, it's no good. How could I perform a show? How could I do any kind of demonstration with the possibility I'm going to kill all of you because it's going to fly through you because I've lost control? I've got to be in the ultimate control. So, from the start line here, coming in, following the arrows to the first cone. Okay, do you want to step in? Following it to the first yellow cone. The first yellow cone we do a full 360 around. Exiting out into the slalom, to the right, to the left, all the way around the back to the second yellow cone. A full 360 around. Coming around to the third yellow cone, but the opposite direction this time. A full 360 around in counterclockwise direction. Alright? In the real world, we've got to be able to master the bike this way and this way. Now, to begin with, the first time it's a slow process. The first man gets on. I just want you to ride really cool, really slowly. I just want to show you the course. I'll be running around with you, showing where everything is. Come to the finish line and stop. Back to the start. 3, 2, 1, you go, okay? I want you then to ride it as well as you can, no problem. Wing will be timing you. Arrive at the end, stop. That is your benchmark time. That is the time that I will look to evaluate you from. So that's your first time. 6 or 8 times later we can see an improvement, so I've got to have a benchmark, a starting time for everybody. You join the back of the queue. The next man, he does really slowly, nicely. I'll show you everything. Back to the start. 3, 2, 1, go. We do a complete time to a stop. Every man does this, okay? From there on we create a production line. Then it's one up the next, and all the time I'm watching you. I'm watching throttle control, I'm watching clutch control, rear brake control. What my suggestion is, with the majority of you, you pull away and immediately into second gear. Second gear is a good gear because it's not too slow for you to go in second. It's a good driving gear. You don't have to worry about changing gear again. So pull away into second, put the ball of your foot away from the gear lever, so there's no chance of you clicking it into neutral. If you do, you drop the bike. From that point on then, as you come in to each yellow cone, a full bike's length away from the cone. It's important. It's no good if this is the cone that you're going to go around, you come in, you're really close to the cone and you try and turn in, you end up over there to exit. When you see the cone, you see it once, then you look. Your periphery vision sees the rest, okay? A complete bike's length apart, you go in. Come around the cone. 2/3 of the way around, you've got to be looking to see the exit. It's no good you looking at the ground like this. Where you say, oh yeah, no good. You come around, see it, you prepare, and you go. The observation, as you keep looking ahead all the time, is important, because once again, back into the real world again, you're going down the line in the cars like this, you're looking ahead all the time. The periphery vision takes care. I'm looking at you, but I can see my bike, I can see you, I can see this, but I'm looking at you, right? So I'm always looking ahead, but if something happens, somebody walks out, a dog runs across the road, something happens, a car door opens, I'm on it, I can see it, because I saw it through my periphery vision, okay? So, observation all the time. I'll know if you're looking, because if you come around and then you miss the exit, I'll say, you didn't look, did you? You didn't look. I didn't know. You were looking into space. You didn't see the actual point where you're going to go to, so I'll know straight away. The clutch is very, very important. The clutch smooths things out. Can you believe that I still see people go on a course like this and they're riding, I'm looking and their hand is nowhere near, the clutch lever's here, it's nowhere near, and they're riding, whoa, whoa, whoa. So how are you controlling the bike? Because as soon as you turn the throttle, the bike's doing this, whoa, whoa. You need the clutch to smooth it, smooth everywhere, smooth with the clutch, okay? Rear brake is important because as you come in to the cones, maybe just a little touch on the rear brake to slow down, clutch in, slow down, commit in, and then drive around, look over your shoulder, and away we go. Now I'll do a demonstration here of body position, because without the correct body position, you will not be able, you will reach a limit, and you will not be able to commit anymore. Weight of the bike against my weight, okay? If the bike is down here, my weight goes to the left. It's important. If my weight goes with the bike, then my foot's down every time. Because we're not going fast enough to hold the bike up. There's no centrifugal force holding us up. We're only going up 2 or 3 miles an hour. So if I ask you to ride around this cone, you'll ride around and you'll be fairly happy at this. You're riding around, you're sat upright, you're in control of the bike. Now I say to you, I want you to make a smaller circle. You say, okay, I can't do it. I can't do it because every time I tip in, I'm not going fast enough. Okay? But if you move your weight to the left, so from here, you move to the left. Now we can make small circles, okay? If I go more extreme, we can go smaller. Okay? So, my weight has to be on the opposite side, around here. To the right, around we go. Now, I can make a small circle around because my body is to the opposite side. As soon as I tip in, my foot goes down. Okay? If I keep it out, it's perfect. I need to be able to manoeuvre this bike wherever I want it to go. Okay? However I want it to go, whatever small space I can find, there it is, through. Okay? Important. 1000cc bike, I can ride it wherever I want. I can't lift this bike, it's too heavy for me. But if I put my body to the opposite side in each case, I can manipulate the bike to do what I want. Rear brake is important. If I'm around the circle there, my foot is on the rear brake constantly. Touch, 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 all the time. Because without the resistance on the brake, the bike will go faster and faster and the circle will get bigger and bigger. Okay? So when I come in, let's go from the beginning. I'll show you a complete tour, okay? So from here, 3, 2, 1 off, into second gear. Bike's length apart, body over to the left, around. Look, there it is, see and go. To the right, to the left, to the right. All the way around, preparing, body over to the left. Coming round, looking, there's my exit, go. body over to the right. Coming around, resistance on the rear brake, still looking, that's where I'm going. Go. All right.